Do you want help? Do you need help? But you have a fear about reaching out? Do you think that you're going to be judged, or other people's problems are more important than your own? There are other people in the world that are suffering more than you, so on and so on. Well, this video I'm going to cover these things and get you over that barrier so you can approach the right help, to find the right help, and get the results that you want. I'm Chris Harrison, of Mindset Self-Care Focused Therapy. There we go. And if you want to keep up to date with any mental health tips or advice, things like that, just hit that subscribe button and that would be very much appreciated. Thank you. When I was at my lowest, I was at that point where I didn't care. I knew I needed help, but I never approached anybody for help. Because, of course, I was manning the fuck up and got everything under control, that sort of thing. And all those other lies that we tell ourselves. It was only when I got the help then did I realise what amount of time I wasted. And I did have that mental block in my head that, would be judged, thought I was weak maybe. People would know all my problems, didn't want to talk about it, and all those things. And I think those what was subconsciously, unconsciously stopping me from getting help that I need. But by the time I actually did reach out, and again, when people ask why, to this day I can't tell you why I did it. I just did it. So for those of you who've not seen the other videos that I've gone into my story, I just mentioned to my auntie around the Christmas time of 2020 that I was feeling miserable. She gave me a card for this hypnotherapist that she'd seen a few years before, and that day I rang him, and he opened up his therapy room especially for me and changed my life. Again, I don't know why I called him that day, but I'm glad I did, because I wouldn't have been here today to be doing this and to help people take that journey to becoming the best version of themselves. So we've got all these things running around in our heads that we don't want to be weak. We don't want, we don't want to spill out all our problems about our childhood or so on and so forth. Or maybe you just don't know what the problem is, which is fine, because the issue is never the issue. When people talk to me on a consultation or they message me just to ask, for help, they give me symptoms, not issues. We'll find what the issue is. When we get into that fear state, though, it's because our brain doesn't want us to change, or it does want us to change, but at the same time it doesn't, because it likes patterns and routines. When we're burnt out, when we're deep in depression, when the anxiety levels are up full and stuff like that, yes, our brain is telling us we need to make a change, we need to get rid of the stresses in our lives, but also it's surviving. It's getting us to survive, whether that's being locked up in our house and not having a life. It doesn't care about that. It doesn't care if you're happy or miserable. It's getting you to survive. So that voice in your head that you want stopping is telling you, we don't need help. We don't need to call this person. We don't need to reach out to anybody. And when we speak to our friends and family, they just don't understand. But I want you to understand that it's not their job to. I mean, this is my business, this is my career, my profession, and I'm constantly learning about the hows and the whys and the and the new information that comes out and new research and things like that. But that's because that interests me and it's part of what I do, and I want to stay on top form for my clients. So it's got nothing to do with your friends or family. They don't really need to understand it. You see, the brain is an amazing, powerful thing, but unfortunately doesn't come with a manual when it goes tits up. So first of all, I want you to decide, I need the help. And then I want you to be dedicated to finding that therapist for you. And you may not find that person the first time round. You may be lucky and you may do that. I certainly was. And even if we were to have a consultation and we was to have a chat and stuff like that, I'd want you to, if I'm the person for you, do we connect? Because we need to have that connection. Because I'm about to come into your home, either physically or via this, a camera. I'm about to come into your world. Not only that, we're going to shake things up, we're going to change things. Yes, it's going to be for the better. But your brain doesn't quite see it that way. It still has these fears of, oh, he's going to know everything, or he's going to, or he's going to find out all my secrets, he's going to this, that, and the other. No, I'm not. I'm only interested in one thing, really. That's getting you a result. You can tell me as much or as little as you want. However, not all therapy works like that, so there are some therapies out there where they do want you to delve into the deepest, darkest depths of your mind, trawl all the shitty memories and drag it all up. But that's not how I work. You won't be judged. You won't be seen as weak. Again, I've had people of all descriptions. I've had the toughest looking men who are absolutely broken because of traumatic things in their lives. And, a fella that to look at, the person I'm thinking of now did look like, your typical hard nut biker. And there he is, a blubbering mess, because he's letting go of all this built up shit, and he's letting go of all that crap that's holding him back and that sort of thing. Now that was a big thing for him to do. But a session's got nothing to do with me, it's about the client. Everything is about the client. And as well, when looking for a therapist, that's another big thing. Find one that shuts up, who lets you do what you need to do to process things. You need to feel safe, you need to feel secure with that person. And all these fears disappear. And as I work with a person, not the label, I work on an individual basis. Nobody is the same. You could all have the same issue or symptoms, but you're all different. Everyone is different. And everybody needs to be treated differently. And that's what I do, because if those fears are there, they become barriers and they could become resistance. That then is difficult. But it's a therapist's job to get over those barriers, to help you over those barriers, because that's where the journey starts. So write down what's stopping you from reaching out for help. Write it down, and then when you do a consultation, whether it be with me or whoever else, ask about it. Will I have to blah blah? Will you make me blah blah? And get answers to those questions. Question the therapist that you're talking to, especially if it's a private one, because you're going to invest your money into their services and you want results. So ask, but don't be scared to ask the therapist questions. these fears are normal, they're fine to have. You want them. But again, like everything else, you don't want them to stop you. So now it comes up with other things like you want this person's help, but now it's going to come with excuses. You don't need to give that person your money. What if the washing machine breaks, or a spaceship falls out the sky and lands on the car? Then we have to get a new car, won't we? And that's how the brain works. It comes up with all these stupid scenarios. And again, if that did happen, you'd be able to deal with it. But it's that voice that you want shutting up. It's that voice that you want to be have control of. So understand these fears, but come up with a solution to them. Ask the therapist that you're talking to questions. Make sure you connect with that therapist, and then the choice is yours whether you move on or not with their help, or do you go and ask somebody else. Thank you for watching. I'm Chris Harrison of Mindset Self-Care Focus Therapy. Please stay along, watch another video, and please subscribe to my channel. And if you want to book in for a consultation, just jump on my website, mindsetsft.com. I'll stick it in the description, and just drop me a message via WhatsApp, and we'll get you booked in for a chat. Have a great day, whatever it is you're doing. Take care. Bye-bye.